Well, the SCPs you missed out on. You missed out on 4 SCPs. How's the energy level? It's doing okay. I'm having some G fuel here, so you know, it's not as much as yesterday because I don't want to like stay up all night, but it's enough to like keep me awake and help me out. So the SCPs you missed a cabin in the woods that if you that you only will find if you're lost. And once you get to the cabin, there's a person, a shape, a creature, who knows, is there, lures you into the cabin. You walk into the cabin, you come out of the cabin again, you feel refreshed, but then the moment you walk back out of the woods, you lose a lot of weight. You get malnourished, you get dehydrated, and you could end up dying. And also, even though you feel refreshed after entering the cabin, you don't want to go back in there for some reason. That was the first one. The second one was a gulper eel that if it absorbs light, which means that any light, if I were to shine a light from this light onto it, that light would turn off, and the gulper fish would absorb it all, and then and it will create a pillar of light outside in the water, which can increase in size massively depending how much it ate. Also, it has a human mouth at the end of its tail, which you can use to like, partially talk. Then we have the quantification of luck. That was basically saying how like it was like an 80 to 20 luck based thing. So like it was as an example, a farmer was saying like, oh, 20% of my vines have 80% of the crops coming out of it, and 20% of my sales earn me 80% of my revenue, and so on and so forth. So it was all like how luck was like being influenced by this SCP in the world, which was a very like more optimistic SCP to read, because the Foundation was saying like, hey, that means the chance that the human race will get erased does not exist because we have this luck SCP keeping us alive. And now we had Rock in a Hard Place, which was basically a giant whirlpool that moved, and we had a father lose his wife during a cruise ship, and then his son to a monster inside the whirlpool, and also lost who knows how many years of time, because like time basically moved faster when he was in the whirlpool. And those are the 4 SCPs you missed out. It reminds me of the room of requirement in Harry Potter. Yeah, except you don't get paranoid after exiting the room of requirement, because that was part of the effect as well. You get paranoid. You have fear of darkness. You have fear of wasps for some reason. It is hinted on that there was some sort of wasp-like monster inside the cabin itself, and it did something to them, but it doesn't say. It doesn't say like Umbridge. Yeah, true. Umbridge was in there. True. Okay. Next one, number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SCP number 5. A mother's son. And this one is not long. We had 2 long ones so far, but this one, this is our second keto. Early identification prior to the expansion state of SB-1824 remains a top priority in containment of the phenomenon. Personnel are to monitor the economies of the United States, Mexico, and Canada, and investigate any localized significant recession. A series of Foundation vehicles are to patrol the areas vulnerable to SB-1824 and obtain comprehensive photographic data on every ground-level exterior vertical surface therein. In addition, similar imaging programs utilized by online mapping agencies as well as the FBI and NSA, are to be tapped and added to the data pool. This information is to be processed by a graphic analysis program capable of isolating and identifying the designs congruent with SB-1824, and up there is SB-1824 in redacted. And here we go, just to look at. Let's just zoom in. Yeah, there you go. Should SCP-1824 be discovered, the Foundation is to designate the area as biologically or chemically contaminated. Then evacuate all individuals that inhabit the area. Evacuated individuals are to be housed at Foundation-controlled temporary housing until the manifestation has ended. Should SCP-1824 enter the expansion state and total evacuation has not yet been achieved, a gas main explosion is to be emulated to expedite this process. Due to the highly public nature of SCP-1824, standard media blackout procedures are to be applied. Description: SCP-1824 is a phenomenon manifesting as a graffiti design composed of red, black, and white spray paint. SCP-1824 has thus far only made its initial appearance in urban environments with a population density of 14,000 per kilometer squared or higher in the contiguous United States, Mexico, and Canada. Graffiti always manifests on ground level surfaces that are vertical or very near vertical. Designs produced by SCP-1824 are consistent in that they always feature a winged female humanoid and possess a size of 1 meter squared or greater. Removing or obscure the graffiti does not prevent or alter SCP-1824's effect. All individuals that reside within the effective range of SCP-1824, which possesses an initial radius of roughly 50 meters, begin to exhibit symptoms similar to paranoid type schizophrenia and will begin to experience delusions and hallucinations. Persons affected by these episodes describe a consistent figure, a destitute mother desperately attempting to provide for her child. Affected persons will attempt to provide food, money, and other resources for this hallucination to the point of severe personal loss. Reminds me of that one SCP that will force you to give all of your belongings for charity. After a period of approximately 45 to 60 days... sorry, Henry. Didn't mean to punch you. 60 days after an SCP-1824's initial appearance, the phenomenon will begin to increase the effective range of SCP-1824 by 1 to 5 meters every 24 hours. This has since been designated the expansion state. This is marked by the appearance of additional graffiti of the same design in the extended area. This growth will continue until all available area with a population density of approximately 7,000 per kilometer squared or greater is affected. It does not appear that SCP-1824 can expand through areas with a population density lower than 7,000 per kilometer squared. Though once manifested, it will persist until the area is fully depopulated. Why are you punching Henry? I did not punch Henry. I did not. I was stretching and my fist collided with his face. There you go. See, he's fine. Each individual manifestation of SCP-1824 appears to abate only when the area is completely devoid of human habitation. SCP-1824 has not been observed to generate multiple manifestations simultaneously, and occurrences are approximately 18 to 36 months apart. Addendum 1. Additional documentation. Document-P clearance 4/1824 required. And yeah, here we have some more. The following file has been expunged from Foundation General Records by 05 mandate. Oh, the 05 was like, don't have this. SCP safe neutralized. SCP is currently housed in a standard humanoid containment cell at Site 19. Standard humanoid feeding regimens are to be maintained. SCP-1-1 is to be kept in a standard containment locker. Interaction with SCP or SCP-1 requires the approval of a level 3 or higher researcher. SCP is currently neutralized and does not require active containment protocol. Description: SCP was moved to Site 19 after being recovered from in 1980. Entity is a Caucasian humanoid measuring 1.8 meters tall with a mass of 78 kilograms. It appears to be roughly 46 to 49 years old and possesses shoulder-length white hair. SCP is garbed in an assortment of damaged clothing and rags, mainly composed of cotton and leather. The appearance demonstrates significant signs of labored living conditions, though this is typically in contrast with the entity's disposition, which is pleasant and compassionate. SCP will generally engage with the Foundation staff without aggravation or annoyance, and is largely cooperative with staff directors. The entity often requests its release, though it does not proceed on the subject in an aggressive manner. SCP does not display any anomalous properties when separated from -1. -1 is an unmarked gray spray paint can of unknown make and model. All attempts to open or breach the exterior of the object have failed. It is currently unclear whether or not it is indestructible. -1 will not function properly if used by any individual other than SCP. If used by SCP, it will demonstrate an apparently unlimited capacity of spray paint, which is produced in 3 unknown colors, red, black, and white. SCP will use -1 to create designs featuring winged female humanoids and will typically produce these designs on public vertical surfaces. Should SCP use SCP-1 to create such a design, an indeterminate area surrounding it, currently believed to have a radius of approximately 80 meters, will be subject to the entity's primary and anomalous effect. All individuals who reside in this area will experience a joyous urge to engage in charitable acts and will find themselves subject to a charity even when outside the area of effect. Obscuring or destroying the designs is confirmed to terminate the phenomenon. Addendum 1. Interview log. Dr. Brian Anborough and interviewed SCP. This is the 3rd interview with entity. Begin log 4:43 p.m. 1980. Would you release me, please? I'm afraid I can't do that. Unfortunate. SCP. You have thus far declined all inquiries about your origin. Is there anything you would care to elaborate on? Nothing that interesting. Not even a name. Do you have one? Brian. A nice name. A name as much as a person as the letters. A name is as much as persons. A name is as much as person as the letters are that make it. What about family? Yes, my mother. No siblings? Children? No. You? A son? That's wonderful. How is he? He's a expletive redacted pain in the ass. Where's your mother? Above. Do you have anything else to add? She's hurt a lot. The world hurts her. She never owned more than just enough food to feed us. She was angry at the world for a very long time, but I asked her to forgive, and she said she would do it. For me. She would do anything for me. She gave me it before she died so I could forgive her in her place. It? -1? Yes. Forgive who? Whom? Everyone. And log 4:43 p.m. 1980. Addendum 2 neutralization log on 1980 at 7:28 a.m. SCP was accidentally killed by Foundation personnel during a containment breach by SCP. Dr. Brian Anborough was killed during the same incident within 5 hours of his death. SCP body has disintegrated, leaving behind a patch of spray paint similar to one of -1's designs. The image detailed a male winged humanoid with shoulder-length black hair. -1 ceased to demonstrate anomalous properties after the incident and was destroyed. Reclassified to neutralized. Why does it sound like they're talking about fucking Sephiroth? It sounds very Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. A male winged humanoid with shoulder length black hair. Oh, black hair? Never mind. And it's not Sephiroth. And it's not Sephiroth. I was mistaken. A mother's son. Is this my son?